Right, I've been boat bound by bad weather for the whole of yesterday, and it was rough as well. Although, as I said on the earlier video, I'm in New Grimsby Sound. But today I've got off the boat. The weather's nowhere near as bad. It's drizzling with rain on and off. So I've rowed the boat into the landing and gone for a walk around the island, irregardless of the rain. I can't stand being on the boat anymore. So and my back's starting to hurt from not sort of standing up and walking around enough. So I'm going to have a traipse around the island. Right, so this is New Grimsby Sound from the top of the Lookout Hill. I think this is, I'm not sure where this is. Well, it's opposite, I'm on top of a hill anyway, and that's down New Grimsby Sound. That rock in the middle there, this is what they call Fraggle Rock. And then opposite that is a pub, which I've not gone in. Very well done, mate. And then this is Cromwell's Castle, which is more of a turret really than anything else. I suppose a gun emplacement at some stage. And that island over there, which the castle is on, is Tresco. And then this is basically out to sea. And now, if I point in this direction, there's basically nothing till America. That's the Arctic out there till America, and then kind of that way is Ireland, and then this way down here is France and Bay of Biscay, which is where I'm going. So, and then this here then is the direction I'm gonna take a traipse out. Compared to when I came in the other day, the sea is relatively calm. That's pretty good. That I'd be quite happy sailing to France in a sea state like that. That's I can't really see any white caps out there. Unfortunately, this looks like the end of the trail for me. If it was a really nice summer's day, I might have a go at clambering over here, but maybe not with a bad back on a wet day. Ew. Get down there. It's like the west coast of Ireland in winter. Apart from the rain, it's quite a nice walk. You go up little bits. You go up a bit and then you go down a bit. But you don't, that's where I've come from, down here. But you don't go up a massive amount. So it's not a killer. There's the next hill there. But then you go down the same amount. But it's not really that big. So it's quite a pleasant walk. Apart from, as I said, the fact that it's fucking tumping it down. But there you go, that's the English weather for you, isn't it? You know, well, England in the end of July. This is, yeah. I'm down off the cliffs now, and I'm on this beautiful little beach in this little cove, which is actually within a short hike of the anchorage in a straight line, I think. So on a nice day, this might be somewhere you can hike over to and have a swim. Someone's done the obligatory piling of stones going on the post. Everything's getting solidly wet now. This is proper English rain from November, so I'm going to head this way, and the first track I see that hangs a left, I'm going to take that and head back to the bay for the anchorage, because the rain gear I've got is suitable for a nice summer's day in July, and not mid-December in the fucking Grampians. Right, so the rain has eased off a tad. So I can't see what the fuck's going on. Right, the rain's eased off a tad, enough to get the camera out anyway. So I managed to bump into what's it? I left the map behind. There is a map. The island's not really big enough to get too lost, but I left it behind on the boat. But it's kind of quite nice that the main road, this is the main road. It's a little concrete main road. And this here, this is as big as it gets. So this is the main road of the island. I kind of quite like the idea of living in a place where this is the main road. This constitutes the main road. Right, that's me back from my adventure on Bryher, where it's just tumped down with rain. Pretty much, it's still. Is it doing it still? Oh, say yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, it's still raining, unfortunately. Yeah. So I'm glad I actually went around that. The little bay that I was on about actually turned out to be Hell Bay, which is rather reassuringly named Hell Bay. So and that's where I picked up the concrete road around about there. So I'm glad I did, because I've just got back, and even though my rucksack's fairly weatherproof, reasonable. It's an Osprey. It's quite a good rucksack, little rucksack, but a day sack really. But it was starting to let water in. It only puts up with so much, doesn't it? I haven't got a cover to put on it over the top of it to keep proper water out and proper rain out. And the camera and the lens were in their bags, which are reasonable, especially the lens. That's got quite a good bag, and they were starting to give up the ghost. So I'm going to have to. The bags are up there. The bags are chucked up there. Need to dry out a bit, and both the camera and the lens, the lens there. Were just a little bit wet, but I've checked them both and they seem to be alright. Oh, and I found a little shop. I did find a little shop, and I went into the shop. It said vegetables and bread and what have you, and I thought, oh, that'll do. I'll nip in there and buy a few bits and bobs, because I'm pretty much out of vegetables really. And it was you got your normal thing that I found on the Scilly Isles, which is £3.50 for a jar of jam, and £2.15 amazingly for a loaf of bread. £2.15 for a loaf of bread. £1.95 was the cheapest bread. At which point I left, because I'm not paying £2 for a loaf of fucking Ovis. So no, I'm not paying that. I'm going to dig out the flour and that and the yeast and what have you from out the locker, and I'm going to make some bread basically, because that's outrageous. You know, I mean, everything seems to be like more than the hike you would expect when just to bring it on the ferry out here. You could bring like a big container. You know, they've got 3 ships that come backwards and forwards to the Scilly Isles. I saw them when I was in Penzance, and you could put an ISO container full of food on one of those ships, which would supply all of the little shops for a week or more, and then the added cost per item would be pennies, really. I would have thought might be a few £100 to ship the ISO container, but per item, and it doesn't really justify the price hike that you've got here, even when you add the price hike from being a small local shop and the price hike for getting it brought out on the ferry. There's another price hike, which is we're just going to charge you another 25% just because we're going to. So I'm just not going to buy anything here. I think I might even just wait till I get to France before I buy anything, because the prices are so ridiculous. This place is just designed just to strip you of your cash, and that's all it does, really. It's beautiful, it's fantastic. They filled every anchorage that I've come across so far, where in the pilot book it says you can anchor. You can't, because it's full of mooring buoys, and they're charging marina prices for the mooring buoys, and all the shops are just fucking massive rip-offs. So yeah, it's a short-term stop. Come and then leave quickly.